All right, everyone, back out on the field. It's actually kind of cold, but it's nice because it's sunny. So this is kind of what you've been waiting for, I would guess, is the downswing video. Since I've talked about getting it lagging on the backswing, and I've talked about getting the wrists hinged. Oh, by the way, I've had some complaints about my videos being too long, so I found the perfect solution. Just kidding. So anyway, here we go. The downswing. Now, we got this club. We get it hinged. We feel the lag pressure point number 2. So we got it up. Now, how do we maintain this lag on the downswing? That's the big question. So, number 1. The transition. Now, as the club's going back, we should be going forward, okay? As the club's going back, we should be going forward. Why do I know that? Because everything in sports is done that way. When you throw a ball, as your arm's going back, you're going forward. I'm actually left-handed, so I'm throwing that way. When you hit a baseball, I hit the baseball this way. When the pitch is coming in, the hitter strides as the back's still going back. Everything works that way. If I throw a spear, my arm's going back and I'm striding forward. A lot of people play golf by going like this. They get up to the top and they're trying to shift their weight and swing the club down at the same time. And pretty much that's the same as like, I hate to use the term throw like a girl. I don't want to offend any women, but if you ever seen a woman or a really bad man throw a ball, when they do it wrong, it's like this. They go, right? They throw and step forward at the same time. Everything in sports works that way. As you're coiling up, you're going the other way. And that creates a stretch also in your fascia for your downswing. So anyway, as the club's going back, we start going forward. And what that does is that's like the fly line example of this curve, okay? The loop. It's going back, I'm going forward. Now, the club is a weight. And you might want to watch the video I do with this kid, Shark. And Shark was taking it back, and he was kind of stopping, and he's throwing his arms down, and it was sending him backwards. His weight was going back, and he was throwing the club. I said, Shark. I said, it's a weight, okay? Swing this weight and play tug-of-war with the weight. So as the weight's going back, you feel it. It's pulling this way. I mean, I can feel it. And if you can't feel it, do it hard. Like go, and you feel like the club wants to go, like you're throwing it over your shoulder. If I threw this over my shoulder, you can feel it's pulling this way. Well, guess what? Don't let it win that. Don't let it win the tug-of-war. As it's going back, say, no, I'm going. And now you can start down. And it's really interesting because with the video with Shark, his footwork got amazingly better because just his athletic abilities, like, it's going this way. And he's getting forward because if you had a tug-of-war with someone, you wouldn't have it from the back leg. You'd lose. You'd start getting forward to tug it back down. Just simple forces. It's amazing how with the golf swing, the club's light. It fools you. If you can simulate or if you can amplify forces with things that are heavy, things that are fast, it really works well. DeChambeau talks about his backswing as lifting a piece of furniture, right? When you lift furniture, your whole body moves together. You wouldn't lift a piece of furniture by going like this. So, all right, so I got you back. I got you hinged. Don't wait, okay? And I know there's people who pause at the top and they've trained this motion. They've done it a million times. For you, don't wait. It's going back. I feel it. I feel it here. It's going this way, and I'm just not going to wait. I'm going to start down. That will keep the lag very well. That might be all you need. So that works very well, but if you really want that position that most tour pros get in of this, because a lot of people get here, you know, and in the video with Shark, you can see he gets here, he doesn't get here. So to get here is a little different. So how do we get there? Well, on the downswing, basically, we need to feel this. Now, you see Rory McIlroy doing this drill all the time, and it's an awesome drill. And he says, I just got to get it to here, and he's good. And it's an awesome drill. So if I go like this, see how this is parallel to the ground? Now, what I like to do is this. I just put like 1 or 2 fingers in the shaft here, split the grip, split grip. We get it up, I'm hinged, and go and feel it pulling on my finger. It's pulling. It is a downward force. It is a linear downward force. Watch my video on linear versus angular. The first part of the downswing is linear, down, like I'm throwing this down. Linear. I'm throwing it down. See the shaft wobbling? And I can feel it's trying to pull out of this finger. Okay? Now, when you have both hands together, it's the exact same downward force. One thing you have to be careful of, if your elbow straightens, you're going to throw it. So this stays bent, down, down. It does not straighten until here, okay? It straightens here. We want, and there are players I've heard people talk about getting wider on the downswing, straightening this elbow on the downswing. These might be people who've just gotten so ridiculously narrow that it, you know, but for you, let's just do it this way. So get it up and down. And everything should go down. Pressure into the ground. We want to feel the pressure. I can feel, you know, it's funny. They talk about shifting weight in golf. It's not really weight, it's pressure, okay? Weight is, if I sit here, my weight is 168 right now. But if I go like this, that scale's going 200. It's pressure. So it's down. And do this often. And feel it. It wants to pull. The angular momentum wants to get released if I bring it down correctly. If I go like this, I've thrown away that angular momentum wanting to get released. Really interesting. And I guess hey, if you're complaining about my videos being too long, go watch like Danny Maud. Okay? I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to give you some information here. Because once, you know, but anyway, I love Danny Maud. But, so really interesting. Now, when I was playing golf a long time ago, I heard that the difference between pros and amateurs, their hands move the same speed. In other words, amateurs' hands move just as fast as pros, but amateurs' hands move slower sooner and faster later, and pros' hands move faster earlier and slower later. Well, why is that? I never understood it. Now I understand. Watch. So watch. When the angles are being released, the hands slow down. And then they move faster. That's the amateur. Watch my video on swinging backwards. These amateurs are throwing the club. When you're releasing the angles, the arms are slowing down. And now their arms are going faster to propel it through the ball. But if we do it correctly with the pro, the arms are going faster. And then the arms slow down as the angles get released. There you go. Hope I didn't bore you all. Like I said, I'll give you the link to Danny Maud's channel. I don't know what to tell you. So, all right. Amazingly interesting. So, when the angles are being released, the arms slow down. So, if you're throwing it, your arms are slow, and now you're speeding them up through the ball, whereas a pro or a super long hitter, their hands go fast to here, and now they're slowing down. And that's the next part of the downswing that I'm going to get into. But I want to make sure that you have this. This is not something that you do once or twice. If you want to do this a lot, elbows bent and go boom. Do it till you can feel it wanting to pull out of this finger. Just grab it with one finger if you have to. And don't be sloppy about it. When you stop, we want it parallel to the ground. Don't do this. That's wrong. Parallel to the ground. This is the point where the arms slow down and the club releases. The angular momentum is released. Do it religiously. If you look like you're crazy at the range, you're doing something right. I don't know if you know who David Goggins is. David Goggins says, he goes, it's the guy who looks crazy. That's the guy who's doing it right. So, I mean, Rory does it. And I know Rory does it. He feels like it gets him in position, you know. And I'm going to talk about delivery position in the future. But I'm pretty sure I've seen Rory do it to where he's trying to get the thing to wobble. Because the more it wobbles, that's where your hands are hitting their fastest. And now they're just stopping. And the clubs, the angular momentum is being released. Now, next part of the downswing. Here we go. So, down. Now, energy. Now we need to release the energy. Okay? How do we do that? If someone's sitting next to you in a car and they're in the passenger seat and you want to slam their head into that dashboard as hard as possible, the best way to do it isn't to grab their head and push in the dashboard. The best way to do it is to put on the brakes. All right? And that's what's going on. That is why, you know, you see a lot of these, see it mostly in any guy, any tour pro. You can watch their swings. Watch that left leg. It's going wham. It's a piston. And it's going up and it's pulling away. That's how they're releasing the energy. And the women literally jump. Like they're on their toes. And I can't do that. I got zero vertical. I have I don't have much vertical force. But I try. So we come down with the energy. And now we need to put on the brakes. And you can do this by simply, I can just drop the club and then just try to stop. And really interesting, I'll put it up. There's a video of Paul Azinger. And I want to, it's funny because it literally debunks like 50% of the YouTube lessons I see about like going through impact where these guys are like, accelerate through impact. And Paul Azinger is like, I'm just trying to stop it.
I want to hit down on the back of the ball, and I almost feel like I stop at the bottom. I don't. I follow through. But I want the club getting there. It's like, you know, I want that's it. There's not much left.
And it's like, this Paul Azinger telling you, like, and these YouTube guys are like, I'm just trying to accelerate through impact. And Paul Azinger's like, I'm trying to stop it. So if I get down here and I just stop, the club's going to release. Stop. So I'll do it. And I'm not going hard. I'm just going to drop it. I'm going to drop it and stop it. And that's it. So that's like a little chip wedge. It probably went 120 yards down that hill. But the genius is that at the point where we're trying to contact this ball, there's very little movement. Because we're not trying to accelerate through the ball. We're trying to settle down and hit it. But this is the sequence that you need. There's a drill, another one I never understood, where you take a ball and you throw it down and then jump. So you throw it and you jump like that. That's the drill. You throw it and you jump like that. Never understood it. Now I totally understand. That's exactly what you're doing. You're throwing it down and you're jumping at the same time. And I don't want you to do this too forcefully, but in the future, that's basically, when you see these guys, that's what they're doing. They're throwing it down, creating pressure. And then just before impact, it's twice their body weight and pressure off their front foot. Throw it down and jump. So I'll try to hit one hard, which for me, so I'm going to throw it down and jump. I want to jump. And that's pretty killed. Drop it, put on the brakes, stop it, drop it and stop it. Look, drop it and stop it. And you'll say, well, it's going to flip. Well, it's not. One thing you have to be super important. So in golf, we have this golf ball. It looks like the target. It's not the target. The target is here. So if this is the target, I'm going to throw it into it. I'm going to straighten my arms if that was the target. And you're going to get this and this. The target is here. So how do we make sure that that is the target? We have to be open to there. That's the target. In baseball, the pitcher throws, his chest faces the target, and he throws it. In golf, the target is here. We must open up to the target and throw it. The golf ball's not the target. Biggest issue in golf. If you are trying to hit at this ball, everything is throw it, both arms straight, both arms fold. That's what you're saying. The target is there. Open. I need to get open. So I need to be open. That's the target. So I'm going to swing to the target. I want to get open. And that is by far the best one I hit. Holy cow. Wow. I was crushed. And for all you people complaining about the length of my videos, you send me one video where they explain this that I'm explaining to you right now. But, you know, since golf instruction's been such a success in the last 20 years, maybe I shouldn't even be attempting. All right. Target is here. Open. And it's your shoulders too. Everything. Hips, shoulders. Get to the target. The ball's going to go. We're going to drop it. We're going to stop it to the target. We're going to drop it. Stop it. Absolutely destroyed. Holy cow. Oh my God. See, I'm making myself better. You cannot hit it any freaking better. And it's not, that's like a little swing. I'm not making even close to some good tour type backswing. I mean, I'm working on my backswing. It kind of blows. Drop it, stop it, target. Not there. There. That, it don't mean nothing. Down, target, target, target. Right arm bent. You want some bend in this right arm. And I'm going to do a whole video on the right arm, how important it is. Why are some people straight at impact, bad golfers, and good golfers are bent? Why are bad golfers have both arms straight? Why do good golfers have one arm bent? All right, here we go. Working on this takeaway. I'm going to keep you up to date on my takeaway. Gonna drop it, stop it, target. Drop it, stop it, target. And drop it, stop it, target. There she goes. Freaking destroyed. That's it. All right. Keep watching if you want to learn the golf swing like no one knows it. I mean, at least not most people. 99% of people. Or if you want to go watch those simple little Band-Aid lessons and piece all the chunks together someday, eventually, maybe. Maybe. Pretty sure not many people ever piece the chunks together. All right, like, subscribe, comment. See you next time.